away from her, you bitch!
What's up, you guys? Happy Monday, March 18th. I got a little bit of purple lighting effect going on right now, so see how it goes. You know, if it ups the female count or something.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Pretty sexist, dude.
Wow. You're not muted. Man, how's it going, Money?
Not bad. Not bad. How about you?
It's good. I actually got to clean out my car today. It was freezing, like not freezing, but it was cold as crap. And I keep warm like crazy, so like I was like, man, I might as well just clean my car. And perfect idea. And
I cleaned my car like on Thursday last week, I think. If people saw my car, they'd think I'd live in there. So it's usually like a lot of trash, a lot of cans, like energy drink cans or water bottles, and so it's long overdue. I took it to this car wash that sucked. I kind of wish I didn't take it there. Like for the outside, I cleaned the inside of it, but for the outside of it, I took it to this car wash that was like, I want to say it was like $15-20, but it was more like a high-end gas station car wash. Like, okay. I thought they were gonna do it by hand, but it was just like, it was just where your car goes through the machine or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was not worth it. I felt like I wasted money on
it. You're like, can I go through it again? Or
yeah. It was supposed to be like they have like the premium, the different tiers. It was the premium wash, and I was like, I don't see how this is premium. Like, it didn't even. There's still like a bunch of dirt spots, and like they don't even dry it either. Like, it's just that blow dryer that you go through at the end, and I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah. No, so I cleaned it myself, so it's like top quality, clean. Wow. Yeah. It was sick though, because like, your steering wheel, like that's like the dirtiest thing in your whole car usually. And when I have a whole kit to clean my car, like a brush, like what's it called, microfiber towels, rugged towels, and different layers of cleaning it. I wanted to clean the crap out of it today. And my steering wheel, man, like I swear to God, there was like 3 layers of dirt on that thing. It was disgusting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not.
My steering wheel is falling apart. It's like disintegrating. My car is my car 2014 or 2017? I think I got it in 2017, but it's 2014. So it's 10 years old now. And yeah, the steering wheel is like starting to like disintegrate. Literally. Like, I need to get a steering wheel cover. I think also because of heat out here, like,
oh yeah,
there's a lot of damage to it from the heat. So that's why like most people in California will have like a cover for their. I never had a steering wheel cover for any of my cars, but I should get those.
You should just get like they have like this clear stuff, like it's just a spray you put on top of like your dashboard and stuff like that. Extra layer of protectant for
is that like an Arm and Hammer thing or whatever?
Yeah, but I was told never to use Armor, that whatever
Armor All?
Armor All. Yeah, never use that because it contains alcohol, and alcohol is not good for the materials used on your dashboard because it makes it deteriorate even quicker. But I don't know, people swear by it and they don't really care. I use have you heard of the Chemical Brothers by chance?
No.
They're like they started off on YouTube. They're based on California. They're in what's it called? El Cajon. They have a ton of places down there. But yeah, you check them out. They're legit. They started off like us, man. So wow. They did. They sell their stuff in oh look, it's Calvin. What's up, Calvin? They started off
Calvin, if you want the link, let me know.
Yeah, Calvin, if you want to join in, just let us know. But they sell their stuff now in Costco. They got
okay. Yeah. The name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever. I'm not like super big on. When I clean my car, it's like it's dish soap and water. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like I never had. I think maybe one time I bought like turtle wax to wax my mom's car when I was a kid, but like, yeah, I never got like super into. We always took it to. There was a really good car wash in the desert where I grew up. It was like, I want to say it was like 20 bucks, but they would do like everything. Like
In
they
and
would
out.
wax it and like actually thorough cleaning and like the inside too, and then they'd pick like you could pick a scent to make your car smell better, and like it was pretty good. So I always took it there, but I haven't found a good place in LA really.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't take it around here. I hate. I don't know if you saw this message. If you could send him a link.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Yeah. But like, yeah, around here I haven't found anything, and I lived here all my life. Well, most of my life. But I'd rather just trust myself with like the kit I already assembled, like the stuff I already got put together. So I just do it myself now.
That's the best way.
Yeah, and it smells amazing now. I use that little. I still use the tree air scent thing.
Oh yeah.
I still use that thing. I think makes my car smell amazing for like a good month or two. So let's keep that thing. I had a friend. She anytime I walked into her or stepped into the passenger side of her car, every single time was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Like get all the envelopes, all the letters, all the
Oh, it
newspapers,
all
like
falls
add it.
over.
And then she would just no, she would just grab it all, put it in the back seat, and there was like another layer of like other stuff, and I was like,
That's. I mean, there's usually a lot of trash on the floor
That's
seat
you?
part. Yeah. If I know I'm gonna have someone in my car, I usually clean out the front seat at least. Like I don't leave all that shit on the front if I know someone's gonna be with me. Like I'm pretty sure when we were down in San Diego, I cleaned my car before that. I think
Yeah, it
anyway.
looked good
There
to
might have
me.
been trash in the back, but I don't remember. But yeah, if I know people are gonna be in it, I'll try to clean it out. But I pretty much work in my car, so my car is like it's just a bunch of
Your
trash
office.
and stuff. And someone gave me a good idea, like always keep, because I work in grocery stores, and like get an empty box from night crew or something, like, and keep it in your passenger seat and just throw the shit in the box, and then once the box gets full,
yeah,
like throw the box out. And I never do it, but someone who does the same job as me said that that's what they do, and I was like, this is a good idea.
yeah, because like let's say even like when you have that person come into your car, just grab that box and just put it in the back.
Yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
like grabbing things separately. But that's logical. That's not what Eddie's about.
I only cleaned it on Thursday because I have to work with my boss tomorrow.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh shit, I can't. It's kind of weird since COVID. Like some people, normally we do ride along, where if my boss is out working with me, he just drive in my car and we go see accounts in my car since I know where everything is. But since COVID, people like to drive in their own cars now. They don't really like to, like, sometimes they don't
Like,
want to
group up.
ride along anymore. It's like, oh, I'll go in my own car now, and I'm like, okay,
Well, that's fine.
whatever, you know.
No, it's different here. Everyone wants to go with me, or everyone wants to like, tag along always.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always go if you want to come with me, you're driving. So I hate driving, man.
The more I drive, the more I hate it too. Actually,
Yeah, I hate driving. I don't even
I
drive
used to
that
love
far. Yeah.
I used to, but now I'm like, at least for far drives anyway. I don't mind something within a half hour or whatever, but if it's more than that, I'm kind of getting annoyed with it too.
Well, let's get into this movie, man. Boomerang. Spoilers ahead. So this one was chosen by our guy Loki Collector, and 1992 film, rated R, 1 hour and 57 minutes. I want to ask you real quick before we get to the synopsis and everything. What did you get out of like the title of the movie, Boomerang?
I guess I didn't think about it too much,
Yeah,
because I mean, even now, I guess it makes sense now,
Mhm.
but I guess I really didn't think about it too much because it's not what kind of movie I would have thought it was from the cover of it. I don't know why.
as far
but-
as Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What's
But
up,
I guess
Calvin?
the title makes sense.
What's
now.
up, fellas?
What's up, Kelvin?
Calvin, you recommended this movie. We haven't got to the synopsis yet, but what did you get out of the title Boomerang for this movie?
What goes around comes around.
Yeah, see, that's what I was waiting.
Oh,
Come
see,
on, buddy.
okay,
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
I haven't had coffee today, you know.
Especially the way it gets flipped on him because he's so used to doing the turning around. So
Yeah,
Okay, that
exactly.
makes sense.
I only got it because I was watching other people's reviews on it, and I kind of caught along. I was like, well, it's happening to him, so it's happening to her, or and vice versa. So I needed somebody else to confirm that.
yeah.
But yeah.
You caught me off guard with it. I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh, I know what he's trying to say.
I was thinking more like he kept going back to her. That's what I was thinking. The boomerang thing was like.
I mean,
Because
that
he
that
kept
could. I
going
mean,
back.
you do that too, but it's the fact that. Well, I know you guys said you haven't done the synopsis yet, but it's the fact that he's been playing for so long. He's never gotten got before,
Yeah.
and she gets him in a major way where he's like, I don't even know what to do right now.
Yeah.
He's a sucker. That's what he is.
Yeah, he becomes a chump for real quick.
Yeah. So this movie is considered a comedy, drama, romance. It says a successful executive womanizer finds his lifestyle choices have turned back on him when his new female boss turns out to be an even bigger deviant than he is. I love how when she comes into the story, like we'll get into it in a little bit, but yeah, she was great.
She was pretty good. Because
Yeah.
I was expecting it to go to I was expecting it to end differently than it did. I was thinking of it more like this is a girl that's hard for him to
Obtain.
to obtain. Because all the girls were all easy for him to obtain. And then like this one comes around and he's got to put in more work. And I was thinking, okay, he's going to put in more work and then end up like falling in love and then they'd be together and that's what it is. But it's not like that at all.
Nope.
It
This
turns,
is this is game recognized game right here. And,
Yeah.
this is player versus player, and it's we play for keeps.
Yeah.
Let the best man or woman win.
Yeah.
Exactly. Director is Reginald Hudlin. Do you guys recognize that name by chance? Reginald Hudlin.
No.
Off the top of my head, I don't.
Reginald. Blah, blah, blah. He's done Marshall. Oh, he's done House Party.
Okay.
now.
Oh, okay.
Django?
Yeah. So he did. Okay,
a
he did
producer.
class. he did
No
some
way.
class.
Django is
No, he's a producer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, duh, Django's Tarantino.
Yeah, Tarantino. He's done House Party, Sydney, Milestone Generations, Paul's a Fury,
Hmm.
and some other
haven't
Friday
seen
Night
any of these.
Vibes. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these either.
You guys need to see House Party.
House Party's good. I like that one.
Marshall's good, but that Marshall's a true life football. Like I believe that's college or high school football story. But for a comedy, you guys need to see House Party.
Eddie, see House Party. Our cast includes Eddie Murphy, Robin Givens as Jacqueline. That's the girl we're talking about. Halle Berry. Halle Berry was so freaking hot in this movie.
She wasn't even hot though. That's the cool part. This was
Yeah,
Halle
that's
Berry before she was Halle Berry. Like the Halle Berry that we know today. She was dumbed down. She was the girl next door.
Yeah.
He looked right through her because she wasn't even a challenge.
Which was, I think that threw me off the most in the movie. Because the second they introduced her, I'm like, how in the hell is she playing the one
Right.
that no one notices?
But you gotta remember, this is early. This is early '90s. The only
Yeah.
thing she had done prior to that, I know when she was in Jungle Fever, she was Samuel L. Jackson's girlfriend, but they were both crackheads in the movie. So she was playing roles like that. She wasn't the Bond girl. She wasn't Catwoman yet. She hadn't had those roles yet. So she was still real under the radar at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
I liked her a lot. I don't like I think she stole the movie, to be honest, but we'll get into it. I think she really did. So then we got David Allen Greer. I love this guy. This guy was like a badass actor. He was hilarious. in movies back then.
That's an original in living color right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Martin
Mhm.
Lawrence. I like. He
Another
didn't stick out in this
classic.
movie. He was like very. I don't know. He was like. He wasn't hilarious in this movie like I know him to be. Grace Jones as Strange.
Strange.
Strange. You gotta put that French on it. Strange.
She had an insane scene in this
Yes, she
movie.
did.
I was like, holy
several.
She had the now was this, I believe this was before what's Sharon Stone's scene in Basic Instinct, was this before or after that?
This one is 1992.
It's 92,
so
right? I can't remember when Basic was that, late 80s, early 90s.
I want to say late.
But yeah,
80s.
Sean J had a hell of a role with it in the restaurant in that scene.
Chris Rock was in the movie. Like I think he was just like
they came out the same year.
Oh, okay. So he
Yeah,
was Chris Rock was in the mailroom, right?
Yeah.
Bone T.
Yeah.
No, so that was another major player that we know now today, but
That
he
was
was
a
a nobody.
random.
He was a
Yeah,
nobody at the time.
He was nobody. When I first saw him, I was like, "Oh shit, that was Chris Rock. What the hell?" He's a mailroom guy. It's funny.
John Witherspoon. One of the funniest actors I've ever
Pops.
got. Like, yeah, hilarious. His name is
Bang,
Mr.
bang, 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 bang.
That was he had like one of the funniest scenes in the movie when they're at dinner.
Mhm.
Like, it's what you guys were saying earlier. I was gonna say it like when he's like, "I heard you got pussy whipped. It's time for you to whip that pussy back." And he's like,
You gotta say it right though, but you gotta whip that pussy.
"Yeah."
Emphasis on certain words matter.
It was like the same character that he is in Friday.
Friday or Boondocks. I mean, he's the same character
and Soul
across the
Plane.
board.
Yeah,
Soul
that's
Plane,
true.
yep.
I always forget that he was in Boondocks.
Sure, grandpa, yep.
Oh, this is the guy.
Oh, you know what's funny too about that? His wife in this is the landlord in
For
next Friday.
After next.
Oh yeah, Friday after next. Yeah.
Oh, is she? That's
Yeah.
Yeah, sure was.
Oh, that's funny.
And even then, did she say, "I want that sweet dick, Willie"?
Yeah. She's still. Yeah. She was that same kind of character.
Well, yeah, there was the actors for the movie, 1992, so not too far. All right, you guys. So I got the pictures ready, and it starts off with Eddie Murphy. He is he an advertiser or is he like a director? You guys?
He's an executive at a advertisement firm for cosmetics.
Yeah, he said it later on when he's talking to her. He said he's already the vice president of advertising.
Okay, there he goes.
You know what's funny when the movie starts? There's all these hot girls walking around, and he's like, he's just eyeing them, like going to the office like it's nothing.
Oh, and he's
goes
saying
like,
hi to everybody. It's kind of like, it's kind of like What Women Want with Mel Gibson. Like he's saying hi to everybody. You know what I mean? That same kind of vibe,
Right.
When he's walking in and all the
that's
girls are
true.
saying hi to him. That same
There's-
kind of thing.
There's one scene where he goes like, "Hey, so what's my next appointment?" And it's like seeing these girls, like,
Oh yeah,
was
the models
the models, yeah.
for an ad.
Tell the guys I'm gonna be late.
Yeah.
I swear, when I saw Eddie Murphy in this one, I didn't. Honestly, I've never seen this movie, and I thought I saw all Eddie Murphy movies.
When he's walking into the office and he walks by his friends in the office,
Mhm.
I didn't know Martin Lawrence was in this because I think I saw Chris Rock's name in the opening scenes. Like I saw Chris Rock, but I didn't see Martin Lawrence. So when I saw Martin Lawrence, I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't even know he was in this."
Yeah, I wish they would have used it a little bit more.
He
There
had
it is.
he had one of the funniest scenes though. I think the funniest scene for me in the whole movie was with him when they're in the department store. But I'll talk about it when we get there. That was the funniest. I laughed a lot at that scene when they're in the department store.
That's not my favorite scene, but there's a scene that just the way he looks at Eddie Murphy, it makes me laugh so hard, even till like right now. Oh shoot, it closed out. What happened with that? Let's go back. But yeah, there's Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, and yeah, they're sitting down and they're just talking like the guys used to talk, right?
Yeah.
Talking about like how their love lives are or who they're like seeing and stuff like that. And it's just what do they call it? Locker room talk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. When I saw Eddie Murphy, every time he laughed, I was waiting for that Eddie Murphy laugh.
He
And I
did
didn't-
it
He did
subtly.
it twice.
He did it subtly in this movie. Because after this, I wanted to watch Eddie Murphy so I watched Beverly Hills Cop after I watched this, and he does it a lot in Beverly Hills Cop. But yeah, he's got an iconic laugh. I was like, dude, his laugh is kind of like that Seth Rogen, like how Seth Rogen's known for his laugh. I was like, Eddie Murphy's way more known for his laugh, dude. His laugh is hilarious.
And then like this scene is hilarious because he goes like, let me buy your leash for $20.
I like how the wife was like, "What?" And the dude was like, "What are you waiting for? Take it."
No, he says, don't pass up good money.
Yeah. But I was like,
Eddie
what is he gonna do with a leash? That was good though. That was a classic move.
Wait, okay. Was the dog's name Russell?
No, Kirby.
Kirby? That's right.
Yeah.
But like, so if you guys don't know, Layla Rashad. Now I don't know what she did to herself in her later years, but Layla Rashad was one of the finest women. Like, okay, have you guys seen Harlem Nights?
Yeah.
A long time ago, yeah.
Remember, she was Sunshine. She was the one that made the gangster leave his wife and family.
Yeah, she was hot as
so
hell.
she was so hot back in the day. That's why for what she turns into be in this, I was like, oh, y'all did her dirty. That wasn't right.
I think she's hotter than hotter. I think she's hotter than Jacqueline in this. I was like,
yeah,
Yes.
me too. I thought it was
Yes.
the same girl for for like 1 minute. I was like, is that the same girl? Like,
100%
yeah.
agreed. The difference is I don't think she would have that. Not that she doesn't have range as an actress, but Jacqueline. Okay, just as Robin Givens as a woman in real life. Remember, she's got the moniker of she's the woman that broke Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Right. So even in the real world, she already had that gold digger. She could break the heavyweight champion of the world and made him go crazy. So she already had that aura about her. And so when she came to this role, people were already looking at her that way. So I don't think Layla Rashad could have brought that to the table compared to what she brought to it. She was the gorgeous, pretty face for what she did, and not that she's not more beautiful than Jacqueline. She doesn't have that bitch in her though.
Yeah. She did good for the character that she played in this kind
No,
of
definitely.
that ditzy dog loving
Very
character.
ditzy.
Like yeah, she was good.
but it's funny because Eddie Murphy goes like, I lost my dog, I can't find him. The way he acts is like so perfect. He could have went a little bit further with his comedic thing, but he was just, doing the executive way, I would say.
Yeah, he was subtle.
Yeah, he was very subtle about it. But this is back when we didn't have like, crazy phones, so you had to write down your phone number on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
That was a throwback right there. I was like, where are their cell phones?
There was something that made me think about that in this movie. Something made me think about that later on. I was like, I forgot what part. I was like, it was easier back then to be like a player like that because there was not a lot of ways to get in touch with you. Like they had to call you or page you, and you know what? But I forgot what scene I was thinking about that on.
I'm sure we'll get to it.
What's up, Norman?
Yeah, and this is like, man, I was like, man, I stay with this girl over the Jacqueline or the other girls, but I was really surprised. Like, man, I was definitely like,
The neighbor was funny too, dude.
And you remember remember that's Gina. That's Tisha. That's Tisha Campbell. That's Gina from Martin. And I mean, she's fine herself. So this man had gorgeous women around him all movie long.
My God. Yeah.
Right. So it's like everywhere he looked, he had them. So, but she was annoying as could be.
Yeah.
It's funny because what's funny. If I remember right, wasn't she trying to get at him at one point and he curved her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Initially,
They went out on a date, and it was the most boring date of his life. I think it was right at the scene. He's like, we went out on one date, and it was. He didn't say most boring date. He said it funnier. He was like, shit was boring, or he said some shit like it wasn't all that, and then that was it. Yeah, but she was funny. She did a good job playing that character too.
yeah. And then so Eddie Murphy's doing his thing inside the house, and then you see this girl.
She's a hater.
Yeah. I love her, man. Don't trust her.
The cold part is think about how many hundreds of women she's seen in this man's window over the years of being
Oh,
his
yeah.
neighbor. So she knows all his business.
Yeah.
Everyone has that neighbor. But yeah. He seals the deal, but he doesn't. I don't know if all guys do this, but his test for women is going to be check out their toes. And I was always like, I don't know. I don't know if I have friends that do this, but I've heard of people doing this. Like I think I've heard like in Seinfeld they did this. Like her feet were too big, or
It
Shallow
was in
Hall.
Shallow Hal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Big
now
toe.
see, this is where I'm like, you know what? In the morning, I'm taking her to get some breakfast, and I'm taking her ass to get a manicure and a pedicure. We're gonna get these feet right. That's what we doing. We gonna get these feet right. There's no way I'm letting Layla Rashad walk out because she got fucked up feet. And you know what? We haven't gotten to the scene yet, but so I'll wait. But I'll get these feet taken care of. I'm not letting that go. I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen.
I thought it was funny as hell when he was sliding out of the bed.
Oh yeah, when he was
Oh,
like,
Like he doesn't move. He's like, falling out of the bed. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty clever too when he's like, "I'll take you home," and I was like, "Oh, this fool! Like he's gonna take her home, so they're in her apartment, not his, so he could just leave
mm-hmm.
and not have her stuck in his apartment." I was like,
Oh yeah, you
That was
you
pretty
never
cool.
take. Yeah, that was always the player rule. You never take a girl unless you knew it was somebody you really wanted in your space. You never take a girl to your place because one, they know where you live, and they always have access to you that way. And at her place, you can always just slip out and dip.
And get my notebook out real quick.
Yeah, I was like, dang, that was pretty good.
Look, I've been married almost 6 years, but I had my years.
This girl had a lot of bad signs. Like when they get to her apartment and her apartment's all full of stuffed animals and like
Oh yeah.
I was like, what the hell? This girl's
I-
crazy, man.
I could deal with it.
Oh,
That's true. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I could deal with it.
Oh, what was his excuse? Like he didn't want to go out with anyone because his girl cheated on him with like the Pope or a priest or something. It was something so stupid.
I don't even
forget,
remember. I
he
remember
tells
him
her,
saying like
I don't trust people.
he doesn't want to get
anymore.
hurt again.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, this is where you get to see Chris Rock. Oh, man, I can't believe he's in this movie. Like a lot of stars in this movie.
Yeah,
He was
Chris Rock
hilarious.
funny as hell. He's like, I only been here 9 days, but what about the promotion, man?
No, I've been here 9 days. I get here on time sometimes.
Yeah. He's like, I get here. Sometimes I get here on time.
How about that promotion?
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those things if you don't ask, you know. But yeah,
Hey,
Chris Rock was great.
closed mouths don't get fed.
But this is where you find out that Eddie Murphy is just a player. Like everyone knows about it too. And it's just he doesn't hide it. Oh, and this lady. Oh,
Madame Eloise. And you got and to give her kudos, remember who this is. This is one of the 3 Catwomen from Adam West 66 Batman.
yeah, that's true.
Right? So she goes way back. And so it's actually not just to think that you have her and Halle Berry, 2 Catwomen inside one movie. That's funny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
You
know
put
her
back into
as
collecting.
I know her as Madame Zeroni. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh, it's Madame Zeroni.
Yeah,
Holes.
not when you hear my kiss.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was messed up, man.
This is the guy I loved. I love this guy. The waiter, the butler, whatever. It says the face you make when you catch someone doing
I like-
something they know they shouldn't be doing.
I like when he kept looking at him,
Yeah.
and then Eddie Murphy would look at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, he knows.
It's that
He
schmirk
knows.
that gets me, man. That schmirk always gets me. He does it like every single time. Like she calls Eddie Murphy. He's like,
Yeah.
or when he's about to close the door to leave him alone, he looks at.
I
Eddie
didn't
Murphy.
realize where that scene was going. Like I was like, she's coming on strong to him, but at some point he's gonna be like, I gotta get out of here or something. But he went through with it. I was like, oh damn, he went through with it and everything. He didn't even like. I guess he thought because of the promotion and everything, it was gonna work out. But like, I was like, I kept thinking like any moment he's gonna figure out an excuse to get out of here or something, and he didn't. I was like, what the hell?
No. They get into bed and she seduces him, and he goes like, "Can you turn off the light?" She goes like, "Sure," and he goes like, "Can it get any darker?"
I was like, dang, man. That's commitment to the role right there. And I kept thinking this throughout the whole movie. I was like, damn, dude, times have changed a lot since the 90s. Like, because they flirt a lot in The Office. Like, she was flirting with him, but even him and Jacqueline flirt a lot. Even at, like, even at work parties and all this stuff. And I was like, dude, like, if you even did a percentage of that today, like, sexual harassment immediately, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, or people would complain, and I was like, damn, dude, it's crazy how different things are nowadays.
Yep. And that's just the 90s. Imagine the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
All right.
crazier. When was the lunch? When was the lunch when he was talking, or was it at the gym when they were talking about the dog girl? I think her name was Christine. The one with the fucked up feet.
Right. Hammer
Was that
time.
before this scene, or was it? Yeah, because
I
that
think
that was when. As soon as he said it,
think
I
it
was
was
like,
after
"Oh,
that.
that's the scene Calvin was talking about."
Hammer time.
Yeah, as soon as he said it, he was like, I forgot how he said it though. You remember exactly the way he said it, Calvin, when they were like, he was like, it was hammer time or some shit. It was funny though.
Oh, I guess he said she was fine, and she was like, "But I pulled back the sheet and hammer time.
Yeah,
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And then
He
Martin
said-
was like, "What? Man, you don't fuck her feet."
Yeah, he kept saying that, and that was funny because that reminds me of something that I would say. I was like, that's the kind of something I would say. Like, who the fuck gives a hell about her damn feet, man? And he was like, nah, I can't. My girl needs to be perfect. She needs to have perfect feet. She needs to have everything needs to be perfect. But that was funny, dude. See, Martin Lawrence wasn't in it. Like, the other dude played a bigger role, but any scene with Martin Lawrence was pretty funny.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin had his moments, and then David Allen Greer really played that opposite side because he really was the simp for the whole movie.
Even when the first lunch, like before he met Christine, the dog walker girl, they were talking about like about being romantic, and he was telling him like he's like, you aren't romantic. He's like I'm romantic. He's like, no, you're soft or something. It was funny.
But this is where you get Eddie Murphy walking back to the building, and this is where they meet each other in front of the elevator. And he's trying to hit it on her, right? Or no, he's like,
Well, he sees her when he's walking by,
up through the hallway,
and he goes up to her and he's like, I have to say this.
Yeah.
You are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, or you're the prettiest thing I've ever seen. And that's when she starts laughing at him. Like,
I'm about to say she just laughed in his face, didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, she laughed at him, and she's like, it comes off so desperate or something. And he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, what if I walked up to you and said, you're the most handsome man I've ever seen in my life. Like, you're the best looking dude I've ever seen. And she's like, would you believe me? And he goes, well, yeah. And then that's when they go in the elevator and he finds out like she's taking his job. And then this whole thing happened. When he's like, no, you don't understand. I was promised this job. I was promised.
So set the precedent. So he slept with Miss Eloise because her name is the company. So he slept with her thinking he was getting this promotion, only to find out that all she has is her name. She has no power or say over anything other than her name being up for the company. So he slept with a 70, 80-something-year-old woman for no reason.
Dude.
Catwoman.
And he
That's
kept
all that
saying
matters.
it. He kept saying it too. He's like, Lady Eloise. This is the Lady Eloise.
It's so funny because her name's everywhere. He just keeps looking. Like, he's just like... And, so... Yeah,
But the cool part is, how many other men did she use that on, though? She probably done slept with the whole company using that same thing.
That's what Jacqueline said it. She was like...
Yeah, she was mentioning it.
She's always going too far with the men around the company. And
man,
then that's that scene where she has his face next to his. And she walks up to, she's like, Marcus, I'm not wearing any panties.
See, you ain't doing it right. You got to put that purr. She always does that cat with. I'm not wearing any panties.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Come on, you're Mexican brother Mars. I mean panties.
Oh man. She did-
Was this
yeah.
was this okay, never mind. The party's before they introduced Strange, right? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the party goes on. The party starts off like kind of weird, right? Like they didn't have the screenshot of it on online, but it's like some guys dressed up in leather carrying what's her name?
That was in the middle of it.
That was in the middle. My bad. Yeah. But this is where you get to see like they're best friends, I'm guessing, right? Because they're always together
Right.
throughout
Yeah.
the whole movie. I love these three as like best friends.
So you got Eddie's the player. Martin is the super pro black man. The man is always the reason for whatever ailment he has in life. It's always the man is the reason for it. And David Allen Greer is he's just the punk of the group. And what's funny of this picture? So I've got two other friends, and we basically we've watched this movie several times, and we all fit these roles. So I'm Eddie. The funniest thing is my boy Martin was Martin, and when I say he's pro-black, I mean this man has a slave-filled cotton picking field tattooed across his chest with slaves on his chest. It says "Filled Negro" across his chest. He's got Wade in the Water tattooed on his arm. He's got Harriet Tubman's lantern on his tattooed on his arm. So he's super pro-black, right?
Yeah.
So, but he's a comedian as well. So he fits this to the T. And the fact that both their names are Martin, ridiculous. Our other boy, and you've met Hamp before, Eddie, my business partner. Eddie would be. I mean, Hamp would be David Allen Greer. He's the soft one of the group. So the three of us all get together. We watch the video, and I'm just looking around like, damn.
They made a movie about this.
we fit this pretty good.
That's funny, man.
He mentioned it in the first lunch. The Martin character, that was the first time he did when she was reading the specials off to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what he said, but it made me laugh too. Like she was like, when she was reading the specials, and she says something about asparagus, and he's like, you see the way she said it to me?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. like it was demeaning to him as a black man.
That's funny. That's right. That was so funny. Yeah, I had friends growing up like this. Like there was those guys, womanizer, the jock, and all that stuff. I don't know where I fell in, but
I would have probably
actually-
been David Allen Greer's character. On the inside, I like my subdued personality was Eddie Murphy, but I was definitely more that like very sensitive, like nice kind of
Nice guy.
I didn't end up coming out of my shell until after high school, so that was definitely more my character.
What's funny is I've hung out with Eddie several times, and like we'll be out with the guys, and I don't think about women like they're there, right? But so they'll walk by, and then Eddie will look at them, and then look at me, and then look at them. He's like, "God damn it! See, they always look at Calvin." I'm like, I didn't do that. I'm just sitting here minding my own business. But I have learned over the years and that's why my name is low key. I'm not that type of dude that'd be like, "Hey, girl, what's your name? What's your number?" Woo, woo. I've always been the quiet one, and that shit has just always worked in my favor because they're so used to dudes hitting on them that they'd be like, "Well, what's up with him? What's wrong with him?" And it always works. So, but Eddie always does that shit though. He'll look at them and look at me like, "God damn it, she looked at Calvin." I'm like, "I didn't do shit." He was like, "You don't have to, God damn it."
Yeah, they gravitate.
It sounds like
to Calvin,
Eddie's
dude.
Martin, actually.
I think it's a mix of both of the best friends. It's a mix of both. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny going out with Calvin because like I had friends in high school that were like that, but it was different in high school. In high school, nobody really got laid. Like they were like everybody talked about it, but it was never a big thing. But yeah, it's just different. It's different, but it's funny. It's funny too because like I'm always nervous in those kinds of situations. Like so, anytime I have to talk to a girl, I'll be nervous. So when I'm with Calvin and we're out there and we're talking, like I'll say something to try and get a conversation going with the girl, and it like falls flat on his face, and then I'll look at Calvin, I'll be like, you see, what the fuck? Like she completely blew it off. Like,
And he's like, tag me out.
yeah, one time, like one of the girls that sat next to us, I was like, oh, I like your nails, and she was like, I need to get them done. They suck. And I was like, wow, what the fuck, man?
Oh, Eddie. No, you're good, man. Was this recently or like 20 years ago?
No, this was like a couple months ago.
God damn, man.
Yeah, dude, it's no good.
No
It's
good.
no
No good. Oh, that's funny. All right, man. So this is where we get to see Halle Berry. Ah, man. I thought
Gorgeous.
she was hot, man. I don't know. Something about seeing her. This is not her first movie, I heard. I think this is her third movie someone mentioned in the comments.
No, yeah, like I said, she had I keep slipping my tongue. Jungle Fever with it was Wesley Snipes, where he fell in love with an Italian woman, and his brother was Samuel Jackson, and his girlfriend was Halle, but they were crackheads and they were always stealing from their parents.
Well, yeah. When I didn't know she was gonna be in this movie. Or I completely forgot about her being in this movie. And when she popped up, I was like, "That's fucking."
I saw her
Halle
name in
Berry.
the opening scene when it was listing off the cast, and I saw her name, and I was like, I didn't know she was in it either, but I was expecting her to be one of the girls that like he dates or he gets with at one point. But when I saw that she's the assistant, I was like, holy shit, like this is a smaller role for her and a quiet role. I was like, she's playing like the girl next door, and she's not the image I have of Halle Berry, like the girl next door. She's way better than all of these women.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that's kind of crazy that she's playing that character. It's funny.
And that short haircut. There's maybe 2 or 3 women that could pull this haircut off for me. I'm a man. I like length of hair, so short haircuts don't do it for me at all. I like long hair, and Halle is at the top of the list that can pull that off.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. And
Strange
comes out of nowhere from France. I think that's where she's from.
Yeah.
France. But the way she comes out in a chariot with like these big ass buff guys, just like that scene was probably a deleted scene. Like it should have been a deleted scene because I was like, where the hell is this coming from?
This woman does nothing. Everything she does is over the top and grandiose. There is nothing quiet or small about this woman in anything that she does.
She reminds me of a drag queen, dude.
Yeah, and she was a real life model. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah, this is the first instance we get of her, and this is where Eddie Murphy goes to Jacqueline.
That's when he said the funniest line that I thought he said when he said "Extravaganza Mac Daddy." That's what he said, right? Extravaganza. She's like, so. Is this you laying down your Mac Daddy move? He's like, this is me. This is the Mac Daddy.
Oh yeah.
Extravaganza Mac Daddy. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh man, you better do that at Comic-Con, man, San Diego.
Extravaganza Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
Who Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Great scene. Like this is where they go one-on-one. You know, they're like, they know they aren't the players.
See
the
way she's playing it in this scene. Still, I'm still thinking in my head like, she's making herself hard to get because she knows he's a player, and so I'm thinking in my head like she doesn't want a one-night stand. She wants to like have a relationship. So that's the way I was thinking about it. Still, the way she was acting, I wasn't thinking that she's playing him at the same time. I wasn't even.
Oh no, I noticed that when they got to the elevator, like she kept looking up and down on that guy or on Eddie Murphy, and like this is like a challenge right here. Like he thinks he's gonna be the next CEO or the next VP of marketing. I saw right there. But yeah, this scene's badass. Like this is where they start, I guess, getting a little
rolls in his eye.
Yeah.
And he was like, "That you trying to seduce me?"
Yeah, that's part of the book. I know that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
that
that
shit,
step.
that shit was funny because she did that shit so sensual. She was like, he
Yeah.
said, what the hell was that? He was like, that wasn't that. No, he was like, you just blew that shit by.
Yeah.
That's definitely an Eddie Murphy line right there.
Yeah, that was funny. That was classic.
It's funny because he mentions that throughout the whole movie. He's like, I know that step, or he goes like, Oh, I wrote that step.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, with the flower later, he says that when she brings him the flower. He's like, "Don't do that. I do that." Yeah.
Oh, this is
This
when we
was
get
hilarious, dude.
Yeah, that's
When
we
they-
get this. Go
When
ahead.
they show off the scent, and she said, "I want the scent of sex." I told you I wanted you to capture the scent of sex, and he was like, I forget what he says, but then she was like, "This is the scent of sex," and I was like, "God damn."
So she pulled off her panties, right?
Yeah.
In front of
Crazy.
everybody.
In
front
the middle of the
everybody.
meeting, yeah, and
Yeah.
then puts it on this dude's face, and he's like, he's like disrespected. He's like, "What the hell?" He's walking out of the meeting. He's like, this rubbing his face, like, ah. And the other dude was loving it. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't think of his name, but the bald headed guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one that's in charge of the filming
Director.
the commercials. Yeah,
his ass, he was all for it.
yeah, that was funny, dude. Because he's nasty. He calls him, what's he call him, Freak Nasty? He's like, "I call you Freak Nasty" or something. That dude was in love with those.
But the funny thing is, like, she didn't just pull it off and put it on his face. She rubbed it underneath his nose like it was a piece of floss.
Yeah,
Like she
All around
rubbed
his
her
face.
underwear
She
under. Mind you,
wrapped it around his ears.
literally just took them off of herself and flossed this man's nose with them. So whatever secretions are all up in his
know.
nostrils.
Yeah, it's all over. It's all a bunch of Strange.
And again, Strange is like a 6'3" or 4 woman. She damn near towers over every man in this movie. She is not small by no means, and she's towering over this man, flossing her drawers with his nose. Yeah, this was hilarious.
I love that when they were coming up with the names. Wasn't it like a Pussy or the name for the new cologne or new perfume? Was it here or
Yeah.
was it later?
No, it's right here.
It's right here.
Yeah,
I
but I forgot the names
now.
that he said.
Yeah. He goes like one of them was Pussy or something. Something stupid. Yeah. But so yeah, they get into this huge argument in this meeting, and then like Eddie Murphy calms everyone down, and they agree with going with a different name.
Strange.
Strong J, yeah.
It sounds
And,
like the whole time I got RuPaul vibes from her, because even that name, Strange, sounds like a
love
drag
RuPaul.
race name. So I was like, this is kind of funny, dude. Like,
Did you just say
I wonder
drag
if
race?
yeah, that because Strange is like a
You said
something that a
drag
drag
You,
queen.
you mean drag queen?
Oh
You
yeah,
said drag
queen,
race.
my bad, yeah, drag queen. Drag queen. No, RuPaul's Drag Race. That's what the show is called.
No.
No, that's
Oh, I
what the
thought you.
show is called.
Oh, see, I don't know the show. I thought you were talking about him
see?
specifically. He's a
You
drag
see, you
queen.
guys thought you
gotta
had
look
me.
this up.
No,
Drag
the
Race?
show is RuPaul's
Oh, it
Drag
is
Race.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, you're
And
right.
I'm pretty sure one of them's name was Strange. Like, I'm pretty sure one of them chose that name. That's why I was like,
I would
the
not
whole
doubt it.
time. Yeah, so I was like, that's funny as hell, dude.
And so Eddie Murphy started to work his magic, work on the game, and he asked her to come to his place for a meeting, to like start working
Go
on their
over
project.
yeah.
He lays it on hard. He cooks for her and everything, while this guy is out with Halle Berry. Man, Halle Berry's so hot, man. God damn.
Just
But-
that clavicle is sexy. Damn, she's not
Yeah.
even showing nothing off.
Just the shoulders, yeah.
10 out of 10 right there. But yeah, this is the guy we were talking about earlier, the simp, I guess, the nerdy guy, the guy. It sucks so bad because like Eddie Murphy's working his magic, and you're thinking, Halle Berry's like digging him at least, or like, but she automatically
Yeah,
friend
she
zoned
played it.
him.
Yeah, she played it like he was cute or whatever. Like she was into it, kind of.
Yeah.
That he had no game. He couldn't.
Well,
say anything, like,
he
kept-
was. I mean, I think she liked him, but he was friend zoned.
Yeah,
that's
He
yeah,
was friend
You know.
yeah.
can only go so far with friend zone. So, yeah.
Hate to see it. I wanted to like laugh and feel bad for him, but the whole time I was like, damn, this is something I would do for sure. This is how I would be. He was like, he couldn't figure out what to say. You know what I mean? Like he kept like just saying random shit, and I was like, ah, dude. And then when he's leaving, and and he's like, adios,
Yeah.
sayonara,
Yeah.
and he keeps coming
Yeah.
back in the door. I was like, ah.
And that's where most dudes make the mistake. They talk themselves out. Like
Yeah.
you're better off keeping your mouth shut and saying little to nothing than
Yeah.
talking it and talking yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was indecisive. He couldn't like decide what to eat. I want Chinese.
That
I want.
shit was annoying though, cause that definitely wouldn't be me. I'd be like, all right, we're gonna get some Italian. The second they said it, I was like, oh, we're going with Italian and fuck all this other stuff. But yeah, I was like, come on, man, make a decision. That was annoying to me.
Yeah, but that's
he had nervous jitters.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But come on, man, Halle Berry. I feel like I'd probably be the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
Halle Berry comes up to me, I'm like, God damn.
Players fuck up too. It happens.
This part was fucking hilarious.
What did they say in the scene? Like
Cause
they.
he's talking about
Oh yeah.
he finally. Did he sleep with her in this scene or
No,
not
no,
yet?
no, no. That's way after. Not yet.
When he's saying he can't. Oh damn! I guess
His
I can't
sperm
remember.
count is low. Martin says, "Yeah, this guy can't get like laid because his sperm count is low. So we gotta watch out for him."
But he says something, and then Martin says, "You're one to talk when your girl left you for
Oh yeah.
your girl left you for someone." And then Eddie Murphy's like, "Hey man, take it easy. Let the dude relax." And he's like, "You're gonna get him all worked up." And he's like, "All right, I was just playing, man. I was just playing." But that part, yeah, that was funny.
Oh man, this is like three crazy cool comedians, actors, really cool ensemble right here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, and this is when he seals the deal with
When they're out,
yeah,
like they're out of town for a work event, and that's
they're
when
in
they-
New Orleans or whatever.
and they went, oh yeah, New Orleans, and they went out and they were like dancing at a club or whatever, and she's like, he's grinding up on her. That's why I was kind of like confused, because he's grinding up on her and she's like, okay, we need to leave, like she was tired of him trying, and I was like, oh, she's over it. But then they go back to the hotel and he can't get into his hotel room, and she's like, oh, come here, come over here, and he's like, no, I'm not playing, I really can't get into my room. And she lets him in, and I was like confused. I was like, damn, this girl's playing like different signals and all kinds of shit.
Well, also in this scene is where he does the foot check or the toe check.
And they're perfect.
Yeah,
They're perfect. Yeah.
and he's like, I like right before he checks it, he goes like, please, please,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
please, please, please. And he checks, he's like, oh, thank you, God.
And I love how he gets that smile. Look at that smile.
Yeah.
He's at peace. And I guess this is where he falls in love with her, right? Like instead
Yeah.
of checking her feet before like sleeping with her, like he checks on her feet after.
Oh, it's always after. It's always after. Because that's what seals the deal. Look, let's be honest.
If he's gonna stay.
So, because typically after sleeping with a woman, men just have that habit of like, once you get, it's always about the chase. It's never about sleeping with the woman. That's what women don't usually understand. It's not about the actual act of sleeping with women. It's the chase of doing it. And once the chase has been obtained, okay, now I need new game. It's something else. I've already got this. So once you get it, it's like, oh, okay, got it. But once the feet were right, he was like, oh shit, I got that right one.
Found the right one. Oh yeah, this
This
is
was
yeah.
the funniest scene in the movie, dude.
I already see this white man. Just look in his face. I already see this with white man. I can't remember what he said, but I know he went in on something.
That dude is from another movie too, and I was like, oh, I can't remember what movie this guy's from. But yeah, he's in there, and he's like, obviously he's being racist as hell. He keeps bugging him like, you guys need anything? You know how expensive these suits are? And Martin Lawrence is like the whole time like, we're good, man. We don't need anything. And he's like, I think I like this suit right here. And then the guy's like, that's a $3,000 suit. And he's like, what? Like, I can't, like, so what? You think I can't afford a $3,000 suit or whatever? And they're talking about it. But the funniest part is Eddie Murphy's like, you know what? Some dudes are some people are just naturally threatened by black men. Like, they don't know. They're just natural. It's a natural occurrence to them or whatever. And then he's walking, he's like this guy, and he goes, woo! Bro, when he does that,
I love
when
that
they're
scene.
walking out, and he goes, woo! I was dying, dude. I was dying because the guy jumped. He was like, ah!
Eddie Murphy knocked that out of the park.
That
man.
was
The way he
hilarious. That was
really
the
smooth
funniest
about
thing,
it too.
dude.
Right after he just walks away. I love that scene. But yeah, they're
This is funny too. They're finally talking about him sleeping with her, and he's like, I think he brings up the feet again. Like, she's got perfect feet, and Martin Lawrence was like, I don't give a shit about none of that. Like, pussy is pussy or whatever he says. Like, you don't sleep with the feet. I think he said it again right there, and then
I think he did. Yeah.
yeah, he's funny, dude.
The little scraps we get of Martin Lawrence, like he nails it. I love when he's on screen. Even towards the end when like they're up.
He's funny as hell, and I feel like I don't think I've seen that many movies where he was the lead. Cause one of my favorite movies with him is Blue Streak, and he's hilarious as hell in Blue Streak.
Mm-hmm.
But he was funny. Oh, and then obviously Bad Boys and stuff. But he's funny as hell, dude.
Oh, there we go. Douchebag says, I'm pretty sure that's Chaz Palminteri. He was the mobster in the movie A Bronx Tale. He was also in Modern Family.
Yeah, I remember him being like an Italian dude or something. Yeah.
Bronx Tale. But this is where like Eddie Murphy goes back into the office. He just starts like kissing her, starts going like, hey, like what are we doing tomorrow or whatever? And then she's like,
Yeah,
I want to
like,
keep this
"You're coming on too
casual.
strong."
Like I don't want this to be a thing, And this is where you see Eddie Murphy defeated, man. I was
That crushed him.
yeah.
Yeah, when he's like, I forgot what he says. Like, well, when can we see each other again, or when can we go out? And she's like, well, what does she say? Like, I'll give you a call. She's like, I'll give you a call, and he's like, what the hell? You gonna call me?
See, but right there, that's where the roles got flipped, and he was used to it. She took the male role and had him looking like the bitch. He said, like, now he's begging her, and the moment you start begging, she got you.
Yeah, and this is where I finally got it. I was like, oh, she's like,
oh, she's a real player.
Yeah, she played him.
Oh, do you guys remember the scene?
Which one? Remind me of this one. What happened here?
So he's supposed to meet up with her at the movie theater, but she's running
finally
away.
got his date.
Yeah.
She called him, remember? Because then he's waiting up by his phone the whole time, waiting for her to call him. And he finally gets a call from the assistant, like, Miss Jacqueline has an availability on
Wednesday.
on the Wednesday the 12th or whatever. And he's like, that's 3 weeks. He's like, 3 weeks. So then
And he says, do you want me to pencil you in?
See, what he should have did was he should have said no and flipped it back on her. He should have put the energy back on her.
Yeah.
But he was hooked.
Yeah.
But this scene is hilarious to me because like these guys come up going like, hey man, like you need a chain on you for your pretty date.
Yeah.
He goes like, you also need a watch. And Eddie Murphy guy says, oh, I got a watch right here. And the guys look at it. He's like, oh, that's a really nice watch. And they walk away. And they go like, you better watch her back. I was like, oh, wait, like, did I catch that? It was a great ass scene, man. But yeah, he's like, he stood up basically. Like, he waits there 2 hours, just waiting for her, whatever.
Played like a sucker. And she did that shit on purpose too.
But
Yeah,
she
and then
comes
he goes-
back and lays
He
those
goes
lips
to the
on him.
apartment, and that's when she knocks at his door with the rose. And he's like, no, don't do the single rose thing. He's like, I do that. And then he's like, where were you? That was the funny part. He's like, where were you? She's like, oh, I got held up you know, I had to take a later flight or whatever. And he's like, what, you can't pick up a phone? He's like, I spent $200 on these tickets and I wasted. And she's like, oh, I could just pay you back for the ticket. He's like, it's not about the money. It's the courtesy. It's the disrespect or whatever.
Yep.
You can't just call. You can't just any.
Yeah. That's when you
Smooth flipped it on him.
Yeah.
But when she opened up her jacket,
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Oh man, she came in with that trench coat, opened up with that 2-piece on. God damn.
This is the
He was like, fuck that $200.
This is the face we all make right there. Look.
Oh, that was funny, dude. He's like, don't move.
Don't move, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, don't move.
They be doing that shit on purpose too.
I was about to, no.
That was funny. He's like, don't move.
It's funny because they get back with each other for that night, and then like he wakes up, and then she's doing like, you know, what usually is the guy thing, like, you know, she puts her shirt on, getting ready to get out of there, you know.
Yeah, and
he
he's
goes like, where are you going?
Stay? Yeah. She's like, I gotta work early in the morning. And the funniest part is like, she leaves, and he looks over and sees the money on the dresser.
Left his ass $200.
He immediately goes, he grabs it. He goes, he feels used.
Look at him, man.
Oh man.
Definitely got.
You got used, man.
Eddie Murphy.
He's the
then we go back to this scene.
This is
shit.
a crazy scene, dude.
I didn't understand this part. So Jacqueline told her that she.
Yeah.
So okay, so
He's
so
a
this
good
again,
lady.
so it's the role reversal, right? So what do most men do? They go back and gloat about their conquest, right? So
Yeah.
she's done it to him and treating him like he's the girl. So now she's telling her girls about his business, how big he is, how he does this and that. And so Strange's like, well, I want some.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
So
right,
she was like, when are you gonna sleep with me?
Yeah, that's right.
You
That's
know?
right.
And he's like, what the hell?
He's just there acting all prissy. He's like, wait, what? What
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah. And that's when she's like, you just gonna turn down this good pussy? I was like, God damn. And she opens up her legs and she keeps saying pussy. He's like, close it. He gets the towel, he covers it up. He's like, close it. You got your pussy out in front of these people. And she doesn't give a shit. She keeps saying pussy, and all the people around her are like, what the fuck? All the old people.
Mm.
And they start acting like she lost her cat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, we lost our cat. We're like,
She's like, pussy. But she was strong and adamant, like, yo, you gonna take this pussy.
yeah, dude.
But yeah,
she was
like,
crazy as hell.
He's pissed off, like, you know, she's spreading rumors or she's spreading their business around, and he's just really pissed off about it. I was like, man. I love this scene because this is the scene where this girl goes like, I'm gonna quit. I'm not gonna do this anymore. And that's where Jacqueline like uses her authority and goes like, you're not quitting nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you signed a contract, I'll sue your ass.
Yeah. And yeah, so the next day, well, they break up here, right? Like they officially break up.
Yeah,
They're
he
like,
said, I think he broke up with her. I think he told her,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, if you're not in this, you know, I think we should just end it here or whatever. And she was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah. Like, you know, I don't want to be playing around with you. And then they go their separate ways, and that's when he gets all depressed.
Yep, but he goes back to the office the next day, and they're all making fun of him. They're all talking about him and everything.
Yep. He was expecting her to chase after him. She was like, nope.
You know who I wish was in this movie? Like Arsenio Hall. Not just because he's like with him in Coming to America, but like I feel like Arsenio Hall could have had like a crazy role in this one.
Arsenio Hall could have been Strange.
Oh, shit.
Could be.
I did not want to see Arsenio Hall pull off no panties and rub it on another man's face.
That's
This is the guy you guys were talking about
They
earlier.
gave him full.
Yeah, this is Freak Nasty on the staff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they gave him creative control to do whatever he wants to
And
make.
made the wrong decision.
It was Eddie Murphy's job though, right? Like to watch
Mhm.
over him. And oh,
So-
I didn't get
So
the
it's
direct-
so it's a commercial. They're trying to promote her fragrance, right? The pussy fragrance. But she had this huge tribal, like African jungle dress that was huge and wide, and
Looked
she
like it was
basically
made out of organs and shit too. Like
right. And so she's basically giving birth to her perfume in the commercial. Like she's stomping wide, spreading her legs
squeezing her belly to squeeze it out.
to allow this her baby in essence to come out, and it was disgusting.
What was the slogan? The slogan was bad too. It was like the smell of the stank. It said like the stank of sex or something. I was like, Jesus.
Now, meanwhile, the whole board is disgusted, and Freak Nasty is just—he's thinking it's a piece of art. He's like,
amazing.
bravo,
That was his
bravo,
name,
bravo.
Nasty?
I don't remember what his name was, but that was
Called him
basically
Freak
his
Nasty.
role.
I'm pretty sure he called him Freak Nasty.
But
Oh,
he
that's
just knew he had a masterpiece on his hands.
He was great though. I loved him in the beginning. And I
Oh
loved
yeah,
him in
he
this-
really was. Now, did we pass the part where someone had a nipple out?
That's after this.
That's after.
Okay.
It's after he starts dating Angela.
Okay, that's right.
But yeah, then Halle Berry. Halle Berry's freaking like I don't know how she friend zones the other guy, and like she tries to friend zone him in a way because like they're really
She's
close.
trying to
like,
help him. She
but
just
it's
feels
like-
bad for him that he's.
Oh yeah,
all
he's super
depressed and
depressed. He
he's
won't come out of the
affected his
house.
work.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so she tries to get him out of the house to get him out of that funk.
Now think about
is
this.
funny too. This scene.
This is a point in time where Halle Berry is fully covered and still fine as hell, not showing any skin.
She's thick. That's why.
No.
She's super thick. Even in all that, she was wearing a lot of clothes. I was like, you can't keep that ass hidden, dude. That ass is, like, popping, bro. But this scene was funny when the kid comes up and he's like, what does the kid say to him? Assalamu alaikum or whatever.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Yeah. And then the little girl's up there presenting, and this is the trees, and this is this, and everyone's like behind her doing this, like. And he goes, "Wouldn't the fish?" He's like, "Why would the fish be on the floor? Wouldn't the fish be in the bowl?" And she's like, "I didn't want him in the bowl." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
The way she looks at Eddie Murphy is the way the way she delivers it to him is perfect. So this is the part you guys were talking about.
Yeah, that's when. After that is when she got an idea for the ad, and so they go back and start working on it, and they're like looking at images of Strange, and it was one where she like took her top off in front of a bunch of people, and they're going through it, and then I think Angela's the one who's like, "Is that a nipple?" And Eddie Murphy's like, "No, that's not a nipple. It's a shadow of a nipple. It's not a nipple." And so they're like rewinding it, zooming in, and the guy's like, "It's a nipple." He's like, "I know because I'm drooling right now."
This
Then
is
they
probably
actually, when they show the ad, you could full on see her full frontal.
yeah.
Like you could see. I was like, damn, they were arguing if that was a nipple or not. Like you see everything in that ad.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh yeah, and then we get to meet the dad of what's his name?
Gerard, right?
Gerard. yeah.
Gerard. Yeah, Gerard. But yeah, he goes like, "You got to coordinate," and it's like it's
Yeah.
mushroom
See,
shirt.
you ain't doing it right. You got you got to coordinate.
Yeah.
You got to put that emphasis on there. You got to coordinate, baby. You got to coordinate.
And he's like, I don't just got the mushroom shirt. Got the belt,
The mushroom buckle.
the lining.
Yeah.
He's
shit.
hilarious, dude. John Witherspoon.
And that-
Hilarious
yeah,
character, man.
It's supposed to be his dad, and I could believe it. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I feel like
Oh, you can imagine he's been embarrassing him since elementary school.
Yeah.
Which makes sense why he's like
Super reserved
reserved,
and
yeah.
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 Because his dad.
It's kind of funny because my grandpa is a lot like John Witherspoon's character. He's maybe not as extreme, but if you ever met my grandpa, he'd be good. You would think of this guy like he's an old dude, but he's a player at the same time. You know, he's funny, he's loud, he doesn't give a shit about what he says. He'll say whatever. Like, that makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. My grandpa is this character pretty much.
R.I.P. I love this scene because they go like, "Hey, where's
Oh,
your
this
dad
is
go?"
hilarious.
It's like, yeah, he's been
They've
in
been
the
in there
bathroom
for an hour.
Yeah.
And he's like, what does he say? They're getting down? He says they're getting down or something like that. And he's like, they're smoking weed in there?
Yeah.
He's like, no, they're fucking. And he's like, what? And they walk out and he's all messed up. And the mom's hair's all messed up.
Her hair's messed up. Her hat's on sideways, and her
Yeah.
buttons don't match.
Yeah, and they just look at each other. And Eddie Murphy's trying to think of something to say. And he can't think of anything. And he just hugs him. He puts the CDs down and he hugs him.
I love when they hug each other. Yeah, I love that scene.
That was hilarious because it was like a whole 30 seconds of Eddie Murphy like trying to think of like he doesn't even know what to say. He's just like, what the fuck?
He's like,
What's
"In
the
my
bang
bathroom?"
bang bang? I forgot the bang bang bang.
That's like in the movie Friday. I got when I get a dog, I put my fist up his ass, up his ass, bang bang bang.
Yeah, but he's been doing bang bang bang
Did he
like
say it in this movie though? Did he say it before the scene when he's talking about his girl?
he probably
dinner?
did. Yeah, I believe he said it then. He said, remember he made a song out of it on the Wayans Brothers when he was their dad. Oh, cause my love goes bang bang bang. So yeah, he's been doing bang 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 for years and damn near everything.
Oh, he says it at the dinner table.
Yeah, when they're at
Yeah.
the dinner table, I remember him saying like,
That's when he was talking about being pussy whipped.
yeah,
You gotta whip that pussy.
and then the wife is like,
Emphasize that.
well, your father didn't get with me because of something, and then
Because of her cooking.
Oh yeah, he didn't get with me because of my cooking, and then that's I think when he said bang 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 because he's like, yeah, how do you think? He's like, that's when we had you. And then he's like, bang, yeah, I think, but I just don't remember the bang 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 part.
I thought it was from Friday.
Wasn't he knocking on the table, dinner table when he did it?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. My favorite part of this whole thing, I know everything you guys mentioned was hilarious, but is when they hug, like you mentioned, Eddie. Like,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
hug
that was
really-
that was a sincere hug. Like he really
Yeah.
consoled him.
Yeah,
He's like, your parents are fucked up. Let me just give you a hug, cause I ain't got nothing else to say.
I love that. Oh yeah, and then like Halle Berry helps clean up the kitchen, helps out, with everything, put stuff away. For some reason, she has a red dress at his house, or a red whatever pajamas at his house.
They get tired. They sit on they're exhausted from
And
cleaning
he's
up the
watching
house.
Star Trek,
Oh yeah, they were
Right.
watching Star Trek
and
too.
he's talking about how big of a Trekkie he is.
And the next you know, they start sucking on each other's lips.
Yeah.
Lucky guy.
So the whole time I was like, there's no way they could waste Halle Berry on his best friend. Like, she's too big of a character, but I wasn't expecting it to go that way. I wasn't expecting that. Like, I was like, there's no way that she's just the like friend that is with his friend. I was like, there's got to be something that's gonna happen. And then sure enough, they start kissing.
Yep, and then there.
And
I
that's
guess
when
they-
they do the
Now you got your spark back.
Yeah. And this is where you see Martin Lawrence and everyone at the pool table talking about stuff, and Eddie Murphy.
and he's talking about how pool is a
Oh, yeah!
derogatory racist symbolization of
Because you got the
black
white ball.
the white.
white
You got the white ball knocking all the rest of the balls in, and what's the last ball to go in? The black ball.
Yeah, the black ball. And then Eddie Murphy starts like antagonizing him. He's like, yeah, and if you think about it, the pool table is the earth. And the earth is flat and green. And then Martin's like, yeah, see, he's on my wavelength. He's on my wavelength. And then he's like, I'm gonna go get some beers. Can you talk to him, show him the way?
I need y'all to understand, like, there are really individuals like that. I know men like this. Like, you go into a store, like, I'm going to a store, I'm minding my business, I'm going in, grabbing whatever I need to get. Yo, did you see the way that dude looked at you?
Yeah.
No, why? Man, yeah, he was looking at you up like you about to steal this, like you about to rob the store. Like, what's that about?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Cuervo is one of those dudes. Cuervo is one of those. You see the way
Cuervo can definitely. It's just it's funny you say that. That's right.
Now you can't unsee it. No, I love it. Man. So like, oh man, yeah. And supposedly they're.
Oh, and then that's when he tells his friend, he's like, "So what's up with you and Angela?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh no, we're just good friends, you know." And I like the way his friend plays. He's like, you know, it wasn't working for me, so I had to tell her. I had to break her down easy. Like I had to let her down easy. You know, I gotta slide out. I gotta slide out slow. You know, take it easy. He's like, so I told her, you know, you see other men, because I'm definitely gonna be seeing other women. He's like, so you know, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. You know.
You know how many of these type of stories I've heard over the years of men that ain't got no game, and they sit there trying to tell you a story like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, so I had to let her go easy because I was like, it just ain't working for me. Like, you ain't even built like that. What are you talking about?
Oh, Jose said it too. Like Jose said when they were talking about the racist thing, he's like, everybody's because the white men are afraid of black balls.
That's right.
Yeah, and then his friend, he tells his friend like, so you don't mind if she sees other men? And then his friend gets it like,
oh yeah.
He's like, you slept with her, didn't you? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I've had that conversation before too.
He gets upset, but he goes like 5 seconds ago.
Dudes be in their feelings, boy. Dudes be in their feelings.
Even when they don't get it, huh, Calvin?
They be in their feelings, man. I be like, how you pussy whipped you never had it? God damn. Dang. But he got super butthurt, got mad,
and he took off. And then Martin Lawrence comes back and he's like,
"What you do?
Yeah, what did you do?"
Oh shit.
Yes, so I guess Halle Berry and Eddie Murphy are a thing the next day. This confused me too because she moved in, I guess, right? I guess time passes and
yeah, she ends up moving in with him, or at least staying there a lot. And so they're flirting and hanging out, and his life is better. They're happy, and what do you know? That's when
they always fucking show up when shit is going just perfect in life. That's when they show up every goddamn time.
Yeah. And she said she needs him for an event, some kind of work event that they need to do, and right away, Halle Berry can tell like, oh, he's gonna go back.
No, Jacqueline goes like, so is she there? What's Halle Berry doing there? You know? And he goes like, oh no, she's just staying over.
Oh, he said, yeah, she's just a friend. Yeah. Or he says, or she just stopped by, something like that.
That's right. Yeah. And this is where I saw Halle Berry become Halle Berry. When she got pissed off, I was like, that's Halle Berry right there.
Love should have brought your ass home last night.
Yeah, that's it.
Love should have brought your ass home.
That's how.
Remember, I'm married to a black woman. I've heard these conversations too many damn times.
Jesus.
Not that specifically, but I'm just saying that.
We gotta talk.
I'm just saying that ain't that type of anger that they can come with. Be all super sweet and nice and shit, but that shit'll turn on you quick.
Oh, and then he goes back to this goddess and turns her down, man. He goes like,
so I didn't. Was this like a flashback to what actually happened that night, or was this another night?
No, this was another. From my understanding,
So
what I remember, this was another. He did.
Okay.
And then, because remember, he was gonna cut Halle, because it's always the one that you always want, the one that you can't have. The one that's in front of you that's there, you know you have it. So it's always, again, it's about the chase. And this is one of the worst ones because this is okay. So you guys ever heard the saying, the only thing better than pussy is new pussy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing better than new pussy is throwback pussy. Something that you know you've had before, so now you want to see, can you get it again? Right? So it's the chase on top of the chase all over again. And that's what he's going through. So he goes back to her again, but I think at this point that he realizes, like, I got a good thing at home. Like, why am I doing this?
This is where he says, "I'm in love." Well, like he's like with this naked ass girl right in front of him. Like, oh, you could have said that for after, you know. But who am I to judge? But yeah, man. Eddie
That's
Murphy.
good because that's when he flipped it on her. Like she was left hanging now, so
Oh
she's
yeah.
like, she
Right.
didn't get what she wanted.
Yep. And yeah, and then Martin Lawrence sets up a little get together without these guys knowing, and they work out their differences. You guys remember this?
Yeah. Weren't they on the roof? They're on the rooftop, right?
Yeah.
But I hate my boys like this. They're like, man, you know you're never gonna get it. So what you mad for?
It's the principle, man.
Yeah. Suck it up.
He says something really funny in this scene, doesn't he? I forget what he said.
I don't remember. I don't remember what he said to him. I just remember they were like, he's like, "How you doing?" Whatever, and then I think he tells him, "I love her."
Now it was the first time he blew up that he called him a dog, right?
Yeah.
But when they were at the pool tables, that's when he was like, "Man, you a dog."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cold.
Oh yeah, this is where Martin Lawrence goes.
Oh, they hug.
Yeah.
They hug, and then they had already squashed it, and then Martin Lawrence comes out and says, "All right, now let's squash this hug," and they're like, "We already squashed it or whatever."
Now, was he frying chicken?
Yeah.
Was there a deep fryer?
He was shaking up the chicken in a bag, and he pops the bag, and the chicken falls out, and he's like, "Oh damn!" He picks it up and throws it in the deep fryer, and he's like, "It's all smoking around the house." And then that's when Eddie Murphy walks in, and he's like, "You got some smoke in here, brother." He says something like that, and then he's like, "That's not smoke, that's aroma." That's aroma.
Martin Lawrence, man. Oh man, and like she gets a new job, and she's like doing her own thing.
She becomes him.
Yeah.
Like she focuses everything on work, and she becomes like this, like the way Jacqueline and Eddie Murphy were. Like she becomes like the head of her own marketing, and
she stops dealing with the kids. She wasn't going to the school to teach the kids art. So I believe these two came to visit her, right?
Yeah, because Eddie Murphy's the new art director.
Right.
Their new teacher. So he uses the kids to come in and kind of say sorry.
I love how Halle Berry goes like, "That's a new low for you." I was like,
that little kid is funny. He's like, "Hello, my Nubian princess."
They're both funny. Yeah, and then they make up, and I guess.
But she gave him a hard time. They didn't just make up. She gave him a hell of a hard time. He had to work for it.
Yeah.
Well, she asks him like, "What do you want? Like, why do you want me in your life, or something like that, right?" And he can't answer that question.
She says, "Why should I give you another chance?"
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't think he ever answers.
I think he says, "Because I love you."
Yeah.
I think he says like, "I love you" or something like that, and then that's when they end up.
Well, you know the L word always works.
Yeah.
So this isn't. I thought this was the final scene, but this is the final scene right here when they get together and they're talking about like, I'm not gonna move in with you. We're gonna stay separate. But then there's a girl walking.
And so if I remember right, didn't she say if you turn around, I'll break your fucking neck?
Yeah. She says, "If you even turn your head." And then the next lady walks by. He's like, "No, I was looking at her with her kids, thinking of the future." And she's like, "Oh, you're thinking of the future." And he's like, "Well, you see how she's alone, don't you?" And he's like, "No, I'm just playing."
And that's how the movie ends, man.
Yeah, good times.
It was a good
Calvin,
one.
Yeah, it was a good one, Calvin. But at the end, we usually give our score and final thoughts. I want to start out with Calvin first. What's your score and what's your final thoughts on this one, man?
This is a 9.5. This,
Yeah.
this is A plus right here.
Like, you recommend it? Like, what
Oh,
was the point?
all the time. Yeah.
Oh,
This this isn't Eddie Murphy top tier, but this is up there.
hell yeah! How about you, Money?
Yeah, it's like a. I'll give it 9 out of 10 bananas. It was really good. I liked it a lot. It reminds me of like a like Two Can Play That Game kind of, but this is
Hmm.
obviously like what inspired Two Can Play That Game. Like that's another good one, Steve. If you never saw that one's funny as hell too. But uh, it was
And that
good.
one's
It
dope
was
because
really
it's
good.
from from the woman's perspective because she's running the
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
And I like how you get younger versions of all those like established comedians now. Like Chris Rock is in there for a little
Yeah.
bit, and Martin's a smaller character in the movie, and like
Chris Rock.
yeah, it's good, dude. I liked it a lot.
It's
I'm
definitely
surprised
a
that I'd never
blast from the
seen it.
past. It's definitely a blast from the past where you can go through and be like, oh. Like
Yeah,
Yeah, and Halle
anytime
Berry
you
too.
can
Yeah.
see Halle Berry as the girl next door and not the top number one bill, you know, actress, yeah, that's saying something.
I thought I've seen all the Eddie Murphy movies, but like I guess I missed this one. But like just like you guys were saying, like I saw Chris Rock, I saw Martin Lawrence, I saw so and so and so and so, and I was like, man, like all these guys are, to me they were hilarious when I was growing up. But yeah, the story was funny. The story was stupid funny, where like Eddie Murphy could have like avoided this whole situation, but it wouldn't have been a movie without him going through all that. But I give it an A as well. I think I had more fun talking about this movie than I did watching it, to be honest. Though, like you guys pointed out some stuff that I didn't like pick up on, but I really liked it. So solid movie. I definitely recommend you guys watch it if you guys haven't watched it. But Eddie, it's your turn. What movie is next?
I wanted to stick with another Eddie Murphy movie. Have you ever seen Life, Steve?
With Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's kind of new, right? I haven't seen it.
No, that's
No, it's older. But
early
it's
2000.
1999.
it's Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence again. But there's a lot. Again, it has like a lot of comedians in it, like Bernie Mac and
Guy Tori,
is Guy Tori Juana Man?
Oh yeah, I've seen this
No,
one. They get arrested.
no, that he was the cook with Anthony
Okay.
Anderson, the little
Yeah.
guy. But Juana Man, I can't think of his name because he has a Hispanic last name, right?
Yeah. He's funny, dude.
Um, yeah, would find both Boheme
Yeah.
as can't get right. Oh
I
my
saw
gosh.
this movie a long time ago.
This is hilarious, dude.
So we're gonna go with this one, right?
Yeah.
Life or next week. I forget how this ends, but I'll watch it again. Sweet, sounds good, man. So life will be for next week, and watch, I'm going to get you, sucker. Yeah, man, that's all I got. Eddie, thanks for joining. You got anything coming up, man?
The usual. What's today? Monday. So tomorrow CW. Wednesday I'm gonna go see Matrix in the theater again.
Number one.
I don't think I saw the original Matrix in theaters. Maybe I did, but I don't remember as a kid. But I saw it again a couple years ago, probably like in 2018, 2019. They had it in theater and it was playing in 4D. And so
wow.
I watched it in 4D where like the seats shake and everything, and it was cool. I don't really like 4D that much. It was cool, but for some reason Matrix is back in the theater again, and it's in Dolby, and I love Dolby is my favorite. Like I prefer Dolby over IMAX too, so I was like, oh, I'll go check it out, So I'm going on Wednesday to see Matrix again, and then Friday LWO. I don't know whose channel it's on though. I think I always forget the order, so I'll have to figure it out. But Friday LWO, and then that's it. I think.
Okay. It sounds like you're cutting it back. So
Yeah, I'm
good.
trying to not do so many all the time.
It's all good. All right, man. Well, low-key collector Calvin, man. Thanks for joining in tonight too, man. And great recommendation. Like, I don't think I've
Thanks for
ever
having me, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, dude.
Yeah, man. You got anything coming up, Calvin?
What's tonight? Monday. Say what on Wednesday with Lael and the fellas, 1/6 scale man. Friday LWO with Eddie and the fellas, and then back with Lael, 1/6 scale man. Sunday morning with a collector's lounge with H and Silver Fox.
Okay. Man, you guys are busy, man. That's good. But let's get out of here. Another great movie. I laughed my ass off. I'm gonna probably go watch it again, some scenes. But yeah, let's get out of here. Thanks, you guys. See you guys. Peace.